A very good morning, one and all. I welcome you at this online international conference organized by our IQAC and Department of Physical Education and Sports of this SPDM Arts, Commerce, Science College, Shirpur, a branch of renowned Kisan Vidya Prasarak Sanstha, Shirpur. My special welcome to our patron, inaugurator of today's conference, Honorable Tusharji Rande, and our treasurer, Honorable Ashatai Rande, who both present with us live. I am also welcome today's keynote speaker, Dr. Ashish Falkar sir, Mr. S.K. Pal sir, and Archana madam, who had live with us from their respective places. I also welcome guest of honor of today's conference, Honorable Nishanji Rande, and President of today's conference, our principal, Dr. S.N. Patel sir. Before moving further, I would like to request you all rise for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. Thank you, myself, Dr. Dinesh Bakkar, co-convener, anchor, and host for this online conference on post-COVID education, physical education scenario. Let me brief you about our Kisan Vidya Prasarak Sanstha, Shirpur. Freedom fighter, Gandhian patriotic, Karmavir Venkatrao Tanaji Randir was the founder president of our Sanstha. For the welfare of tribal and weaker students, he decided to establish an academic institution. As a result, KVP Sanstha was established on 15 June 1941, and this college was started by KVP Sanstha in 1962. It is the senior most college in Dhule district. College is located at 18 acres of extensive campus. College provides for instructions in various undergraduate and postgraduate courses in the faculties of arts, commerce, and science. Now it's time to listen the message of our current president, Honorable Tusharji Rande. He is also president of District Council Dhule. He is given a new modern shape to our Sanstha, and we are fortunate that he is the inaugurator of today's conference. I request Professor Solanki sir to release the message.
नमस्कार। आने वाले कल में कोविड-19 के साथ सुबह का व्यायाम और अपनी इम्यूनिटी पावर बढ़ाने के लिए योगासन, कुछ व्यायाम, कुछ खेल, आगे की रणनीति, विद्यार्थियों की दशा या खिलाड़ियों की दशा, क्रीड़ापटुओं की दशा आगे चल के कैसे होने वाली है, उनके लिए क्या क्या प्रिकॉशंस है, ये सारी बातें हमारा किसान विद्या प्रसारक संस्था का कॉलेज, एसपीडीएम महाविद्यालय शिरपुर, इनके द्वारा आने वाले पल में कोविड के साथ अपने प्लेयर कैसे खेलेंगे, अपना विद्यार्थी कैसा व्यायाम करेगा, विद्यार्थी कैसा पढ़ेगा, इस सारी बातों के लिए हमारा ये वेबिनार सेमिनार होने जा रहा है। उसके लिए हमारे कॉलेज के प्राध्यापक लोग, हमारे प्रिंसिपल्स, ये सारे लोग मेहनत कर रहे हैं। खास करके जो क्रीड़ा शिक्षक है, जो टीचर्स हैं, उन्होंने एक नया कंसेप्ट लेके ये वेबिनार शुरू किया है, क्योंकि सारी दुनिया इस कोविड-19 के साथ लड़ा दे रही है और अपने को भी देना है। तो उसमें अपने लोगों की इम्यूनिटी पावर बढ़ाने के लिए आप अगर रात में जल्दी सोते हो और सुबह जल्दी उठते हो और अपनी 8 घंटे की नींद मजेशीर पूरे करते हो, तो उसमें ज़्यादा फायदा आपको होगा। सुबह 5 बजे से लेके 6 बजे तक या 6 बजे से लेके 7 बजे तक कोई भी दिन भर के 2 घंटे अपने बॉडी के लिए अपने देना चाहिए। आने वाले कल में कोविड की 19 की लस आएगी नहीं आएगी, लेकिन अगर प्लेयर, विद्यार्थी, खिलाड़ू अगर ये अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस करे, अच्छा व्यायाम करे, अच्छा योगा प्राणायाम करे, तो ये सारी उनकी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने के लिए आगे चल के बहुत काम आ सकता है। क्योंकि कोई इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने की मेडिसिन नहीं होती है। अपने अंदर एंटीबॉडीज रेज करने के लिए, खड़े करने के लिए, तैयार करने के लिए अपन अगर सुबह का 1 घंटा हो या आधा घंटा हो, कम से कम वॉक करे, आधा घंटा प्राणायाम, योगा प्राणायाम करे, ये सारी चीज़ें अगर आप करेंगे, और ये चीज़ें करने के लिए हमारे इस कॉलेज के प्राध्यापक इन्होंने ये वेबिनार अरेंज किया हुआ है। इसमें आपको एक टेक्निक सिखाएंगे, स्टूडेंट लोगों के लिए एक टेक्निक देंगे कि आप क्या क्या करना चाहिए जिससे आपकी इम्यूनिटी पावर बढ़े, और ये अपने आने वाले कल के साथ, कोविड-19 के साथ अपने को कैसे फाइट करने के लिए रेडी होना है और रेडी होएंगे, ये अपने को विश्वास है। और इस वेबिनार में आप सारे महाराष्ट्र हो या इंटरनेशनल लेवल से हो, ये सारे लोग इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे, और इस पार्टिसिपेट का बेनिफिट आपको आपकी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने में होगा और अपने देश को बचाने में होगा। इसीलिए मैं आपका सबका इस सम्मेलन में, इस वेबिनार में आपका स्वागत करता हूं, मेरी संस्था की ओर से, मेरी कॉलेज की ओर से। और सारे लोगों को मैं स्वस्थ रहिए, मस्त रहिए, व्यायाम कीजिए, दिन भर में 1 घंटा हो या आधा।
Thank you, sir. With this message, we can say that this conference is inaugurated. And open for discussion. Now we have Honorable Ashatai Rande with us for welcome address, who is the treasurer of our Kisan Vidya Prasarak Sanstha, Shirpur. I request Professor Solanki sir to release the welcome address.
आंतरराष्ट्रीय क्रीडा परिषद एसपीडीएम महाविद्यालय येथे च्या प्राध्यापक वर्ग आणि सर्व संयोजकांनी आयोजित केलेले आहे। या क्रीडा परिषदेमध्ये भरपूर प्राध्यापकांनी, जवळपास 1000 प्राध्यापकांनी सहभाग घेतलेला आहे। मी सर्वप्रथम सर्व प्राध्यापकांचं या फार मोठे जे चॅलेंज स्वीकारलेलं आहे, याबद्दल मी सर्वप्रथम त्यांचं सर्वांचं अभिनंदन करते। आता आपल्यावर अशा पद्धतीचं संकट आलेलं आहे, अकस्मात आलेलं हे संकट आहे। या संकटाशी सामना देण्यासाठी आणि पालकांमधील जी मानसिकता जी झालेली आहे ती बदलण्यासाठी अशा पद्धतीचे चॅलेंजिंग उपक्रम करणं अतिशय आवश्यक आहे। कारण त्याशिवाय मुलांमध्ये त्या गोष्टीचं भीती जी निर्माण झालेली आहे की आपण हे करू किंवा करू शकणार नाही, या संदर्भातील मुलांमधील भीती निघून जाणं अतिशय गरजेचं आहे। पालकांमध्ये खूप संभ्रम निर्माण झालेला आहे की कशा पद्धतीने क्रीडा महोत्सव साजरा करण्यात येईल. तर आपल्याला सरकारने ज्या ज्या गोष्टी सुचवलेल्या आहेत त्या सर्व सूचनांचं आपण काटेकोरपणे पालन केलं तर अतिशय यशस्वीरित्या ह्या अधिवेशनाला आपण चांगल्या पद्धतीचा स्वरूप देऊ शकू. निदान शासनाला या गोष्टीची नितांत गरज आहे अशा पद्धतीच्या उपक्रमांची. आणि मुलांमधील भीती निघून जाईल. लॉकडाऊनचा काळ आहे, अतिशय बिकट अशी परिस्थिती आलेली आहे. ही एक प्रकारची महामारी आलेली आहे आणि अशा संकटाशी सामना करण्यासाठी आणि आपले जे शासकीय उपक्रम आहे, शरीर सुदृढ असल्याशिवाय आपण काहीही करू शकत नाही. आणि मुलांमध्ये भीती घालवण्यासाठी, पालकांमधील भीती घालवण्यासाठी, पुन्हा नवीन चैतन्य निर्माण करण्यासाठी शासनाने जी गोष्टी आपल्याला विशेषतः फिजिकल डिस्टन्सिंग पाळून हा उपक्रम करण्यात येत आहे. शासनाच्या लॉकडाऊनच्या संदर्भात असणाऱ्या सर्व ज्या गोष्टी आहेत की ज्याद्वारे ह्या विषाणूपासून आपण दूर राहू शकू, या विषाणूला आपण प्रतिबंध घालू शकू, अशा प्रकारचा हा सकारात्मक विचाराचा या ठिकाणी आयोजित होत आहे. या आंतरराष्ट्रीय परिषदेला किसान विद्या प्रसारक संस्थेची खजिनदार म्हणून मी शुभेच्छा देते आणि पुन्हा सर्वांना अशाच प्रकारे एक प्रतिस्पर्धी म्हणून आणि या क्षेत्रातलं एक उत्तुंग कामगिरी म्हणून एसपीडीएम महाविद्यालयाने घेतलेली ही परिषद यशस्वी हो अशी शुभेच्छा देते आणि पुन्हा सर्वांचे धन्यवाद मानून मी माझे 2 शब्द संपवते.
Thank you, Honorable Ashatai, for this welcome address. Now I request Dr. Limbaji Pratale, who is convener of today's conference, to brief you about the conference.
Hello. Good morning. Very warm good morning, all of you. Myself, Dr. L.K. Pratale, convener of this online international conference, as well as the director of physical education and sports of this college. First of all, I am thanks to our Kisan Vidya Prasarak president, Dr. Tushanji Rande, for inaugurated the conference, and Honorable Ashatai Rande for welcome this address. I am also thankful to guest of honor of today's conference, Honorable Nishanji Rande, and the president of the today's session, our sports living principal and the very energetic, devoted principal, Dr. S.N. Patel sir. Dear participant, today we have Professor Dr. Ashish Falkar sir, Mr. S.K. Pal sir, and S. Archana Manimalti as keynote speaker and resource person. I thankful to all them for accepting our invitations and come live with us. Let us brief about my department, physical education and sports. Our department is always awarding best sport departments of the last since 8 years from North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. The sports faculty, facilities and ground facilities and equipment facilities are too enough in our campus. We had all equipment, multi-purpose indoor stadium with 400-meter standard track. Ground is also available for different guests. Our Sanstha and college provided all facility to our department for preparing students for national levels and international levels. More than 250 plus students are participants at national levels, all India inter-university levels tournament in various and different games. Today's conference is my dream project of organize such an academic event for participants and give opportunities to them to share their research paper through this virtual platform of this online conference. Thank you participants for your participation and support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pratale sir. Now it's time to move our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Ashish Phalkar sir. I request Dr. Ramesh Gaikwad sir to introduce our keynote speaker to the audience. Dr. Gaikwad sir, you are unmuted right now. You can introduce.
Good morning, all of you. Welcome all of you for an international webinar on sports COVID education, physical education scenario organized by SPDM College. I thank everyone for giving me the responsibility of introducing today's esteemed lecturer, Dr. Ashish Phalkar. A brief introduction of Ashish Phalkar sir is followed. Professor at Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education, Gwalior, MP. Extensive teaching experience of 17 years. Author of more than 20 research papers and dozen of research publications. Member of panel research for international journals of physical education, sports, yogic science, and also for the South Asian Journal of Physical Education and Sports Science. Member of National Sports Boards, expertise in sports management, sports training, and biomechanics, and also in the interdisciplinary approach to the physical education. During his student life, he has represented as Association of Indian University and Nationals in athletics, handball, softball, and badminton. And he is still an active sportsman. I request Phalkar sir to start the lecture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ramesh Gaikwad, sir. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first of all, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat to all the participants of International Conference on Post-COVID Education, Physical Education Scenario. I am also thankful to the organizers of Kisan Vidya Prasarak Mandal and Dr. S.N. Patel, Shri Nishanji Rande, Shri Limbaraji Pratale, and all the keynote speakers. And I'm also thankful to Dr. Dinesh Bhakkad, who is coordinating today's webinar. I, Dr. Ashish Phalkar, is working as Associate Professor at LNIP, and I welcome you all the participants for the discussion on the topic, Issues and Challenges Post-COVID-19 on Education. And this will be one of the things which we need to think today. And I am really congratulating today's organizers because yesterday our own HRD minister, Mr. Ramesh Pokhriyal, has addressed the same issue to the country. So on this occasion, let me also pay homage to our legendary hockey Olympian, Shri Balbir Singh Senior Ji, who has left the world on 25th May 2020 in Mohali, Punjab, and who was India's one of the best strikers, who won medals in London and Helsinki and Melbourne Olympics in 1948 and 1952. So going ahead with today's topic, I had prepared the presentation which I would like to share. I hope this presentation is visible to all. My dear friends, sometimes in the second week of March, state government or central government has come with lockdown situation in the country, and which has raised more concerns about our educational sector. Now, in current situation, our lockdown, as we used to go and visit our zoos and we used to see animals are coming to see us. So taking you, because there is a short time, there are certain things which we want to discuss. Is we will be discussing about the background of COVID-19 pandemic, and I would request the organizer to please unmute few of the participants because there is a lot of noise coming in the background. I would request organizers to please unmute the voice of some of the participants because there is a lot of noise in the background.
background आवाज येतो लोकांचा म्हणे.
Okay.
आशिष पलकर सर.
Mr. Sandeep Solanki, Ramesh Gaikwad sir, unmute the. Okay. So we were just quickly go through the flow of presentation, and I was discussing the background of COVID-19, which I will be discussing. We will also discuss the impact of COVID-19 on education sector. I will also discuss the education institutions and what are the future challenges we may have to face as a consequence of this pandemic crisis. We will also take away from this crisis because everything is not negative. There are some positives and takeaways which we should keep in mind. And what are the future skills? This is the most important thing which we will be discussing is what are the future skills which will be required in the near future for the teachers as well as students. So we have a better responsibility for our management people and the people who are listening today as a part of this conference, and some of the organizations which are looking for certain changes in their organizations. These are the skills they want to develop. And then further, we will conclude with some recommendations, and if the time permits it, we will also go. We'll also look for participant to kindly view this in English because an international conference has to be in English. So the people, if you will see, the India's higher education system is the third largest education system in the world after US and China. And when I say so, we have to see that there are 52,000 institutions in India right now who are providing education from grassroots level to the higher education sector. And the main governing body, which is working as a tertiary level to coordinate this education system, is looking for, or what the guidelines the University Grant Commission is trying to give us. If you'll see the scenario, University Grant Commission says that the university session should begin from September, and if the students are already there, those who are in first year or second year or third or fourth sem, they should be admitted in the month of August. Then the second guideline for examination and academic calendar should be prepared by the universities in view of COVID-19. This is again something which has to be, a free hand has been provided to the colleges. Now, there is a third thing which they say is grading based on internal assessment of present and past semesters. So this is very, very much now. The next thing which UGC says is we have to keep a track of record of every person in the institution who moves outside or travels. So this is something, a very important task we have to do in the near future. And as we had already started webinars and online e-learning platforms, it can be extended to see that MPhil and PhD students Viva Voce can be conducted. So these are guidelines and which we have to follow in the near future. Now, we have to see this situation as an opportunity. Why I say so is education is a passport for the future, and for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. So I think this is the right step you people have taken, that you had started preparing yourself for the future. And this is the much needed thing. In the past few weeks, we have gone from, our classrooms to Zoom and from pedagogy to panicagogy. If you'll see, there's a sea flood of webinars on the Facebook. Every now and then people started, coming online platform by organizing webinars. But the need of hour is, can we develop certain contents for the students in the near future, because it will be the content development, not the container, which is going to help us in the near future. So all the viewers, if you can see this particular picture, this scenario is for the future classrooms which we are going to attend. The pandemic, which has caused no student scenario in the classrooms, and the higher education sector of our country will also impact our economic situation of the country. I will be talking about this in the subsequent slides. So, my dear friends, change is inevitable. That means change never stays there for permanent. So when we get back to our own higher education, I think everything will resume from where we stopped is not true. We have to start a new beginning, and there are some courses in the institutions which will have to think about how to move, because the chalk and board methods will no more be used in the future. We have to redesign and readapt your curriculums. We also have to see our building digital fortress or digital literacy to our students as well as for staff. We have to provide them training, and I will be talking about the digital literacy part, which even UGC is talking, which we have to impart in our teachers in the near future. And impact of COVID-19 is something which is going to impact 285 million young learners today in our country. And the most important impact which will be caused by this particular pandemic situation is on our low income or private government school, which are unable to access to the e-learning solutions. So over 6 million people are going to lose their jobs as an immediate impact, and 10 million people will lose their jobs in the long run. So there will be better need for social skills, leadership, play, values, which will be at their low, because this cannot be imparted through online education. So there will be a situation where people will fight for, roti, kapda or makan. As you see in Brazil and certain corners of the country in Africa, where COVID impact is that people have started fighting and coming on the roads for this. So what are the issues and challenges for our educational institutions? If you'll see these blocks, the first challenge which we are going to face as the pandemic opens and we are coming back to our institutions, there will be very few kids who will go back to institutes when they will reopen. And most of the students will, still parents will insist their students to keep themselves at home and study from home. So we have to give this option to the students. There will be lower kids who will go to overseas. The foreign students who were going overseas to study, these kids will also be restricted. And the social distancing and physical distancing part, which we have to mention, will also lead to other problems, like we have to run the schools in either 2 shifts or 3 shifts maybe to manage this social distancing. And because of this social distancing, many people will start becoming introvert and socially distant from each other. This will be a new thing which will come into light after the pandemic. And teacher has to equip themselves with the technology, as I told, and technology in education alone will not be the enabler, because there are certain skills like leadership skills, values, and many other skills, social skills, which we could have developed through interactive sessions on ground, cannot be done on online platform. The very important issue in India, which we have to face in the future, even after Prime Minister has released a package of 20 lakh crore, there is no provision for the students who take education loans and studies. I had also worked in Symbiosis International University, and I had studied and observed the students. About 50% students coming to these institutes have a debt for education loans, and if this pandemic has an effect, they will be unable to repay these loans to the banks, and this will be a bigger problem. This will invite a bigger problem in the near future. And executive education will witness a sea change tomorrow. So we have to gear up for these change. The other changes which we have to face in the near future is distance learning courses, which may not be considered inferior as the new courses have been introduced. The UGC has already given a green signal. All the administrators who are here may take a note of it, that a student can go for one regular course and one distance learning course. So you can see this as an opportunity and takeaways from this particular thing, where a student can take one online degree or distance degree and one regular mode degree. So technology will again be about to content and not the content I had talked about. The second most important aspect which is going to change our education world is artificial intelligence and cloud computing. This is something which will be in use in the near future. In current scenario, Philippines University has used artificial intelligence where they had distributed their online degrees through robots, and augmented reality for teaching some of the practical concepts to the students are already in use now by some of the global universities. So teaching will go high tech, and there will be FOBA, and parents will intensify. FOBA means fear of getting alone or loneliness, which will be increased in the students. So I will skip few of these slides, and I'll come to some of the good positive things which had come from this crisis. And with coronavirus causing schools to shut down, these are the key players in India who have still been able to sustain their business because they thought ahead of the time. I'm also using Byju's for my daughter, and for 1.5 years I am using this. And I think they are thinking ahead of the time, 10, 15 years ahead of what is happened or will happen. There is EdTech, Byju's and Vedanta online chat. These are the solutions for the kids and the students they had provided, and they are working very well. So we have to, again, the institute have to think some of the issues which you have to face is how to manage data on the instructional time spent online. We have to redefine the students and teachers. Who will be the student now? As the student who will be listening to you online, or the student who will come online but is not visible on the screen. So this will be certain issues, and we have to draft an SOP for such students and teachers. And what are teachers are going to speak, or what are the teachers who will be going to deliver online? The content knowledge at short intervals will be some of the issues which we are going to face, because in 40 minutes classroom, there was a physical interaction which was going on, but 40 minutes classroom on an online platform or e-platform may not be enough to teach the concept of certain practical skills. So how to ensure access to online educational services will be one part. We have to train teachers to be presentable on the screen. There are students, online instructional time has to be provided for the students. There will be no use of library in the future, so infrastructure of libraries will go in the waste. In fact, we have to think of a digital libraries. I will be talking about, you have to build up the library with certain digital content, EBSCO or Question India, or some library contents, or such provisions have to be made where the access will be given to the students to go for the online journals. Now, if you'll see the pandemic situation right now in our country, and this is the Times of India news, where they had given us the correct scenario in the March and statistical model of how this is going to impact our country, and which clearly shows that there will be 300 and 400 million Indians who are likely to be infected by July. And the most of the cases will be mild, but 62% will reach to the peak level. So this is a scenario which is going to be very fearsome and is going to be affecting our educational sector very badly if that's so. So I had discussed that we have to redefine our students, and if the student is a homeschooled, does that student like what is going on in the offices, like work from home? Similar condition will be used for homeschool students, and this will be redefined, and students and teachers presence will be redefined by the education sector now. Now, what are the takeaways or the message we should take from this particular crisis? Is we have to think of three things: adapt, innovate, and unlearn to learn. So the COVID-19 pandemic will continue to have its considerable effect on the sporting world also, and on physical education as well. And it will also affect the mental well-being of the people around the world. So I don't think so. The world has talked about immunization and being fit so much that was never spoken ahead in the past. So this is something which will play an important role to keep people fit. And this particular, the sports officers or sports directors who are listening to me has a greater role to play and greater responsibility to play in this pandemic situation and even post-pandemic situation, because the health of community will be in our hands. So there are certain takeaway message. If you'll see, on ground to on screen, the people are moving to YouTube and Moodle online test, MS Teams, Google Classroom, Google Hangouts, WebEx meeting and whatnot, Zoom, and there are so many softwares available. But to use these softwares and to be presentable and to acquaint these softwares, a proper training is needed to the teachers as well as students. We cannot expect student and teacher to just, go ahead with these softwares, because there are certain limitations with these online platforms. Now, as I had discussed ahead, I was talking about digital literacy, and digital literacy means a lot. Digital literacy is something which we have to think like teachers should be given training for teaching, learning, and self-development, and because it's a person-centered literacy. Every person should know this computer literacy. Communication and collaboration and participation in these types of platforms has to be taught to the people. There has to be a digital identity and well-being, safety and security of these features, which should also be told to the people there, because in the recent past, you can see a lot of frauds and digital frauds being happened. And as I was starting this meeting, there was a call on a bank fraud, which I've got. So just imagine, because of this pandemic situation, this digital fraud will be on rise. So we have to teach our teachers as well as students to stay away from these frauds. Then creation, innovation, and research in these areas will increase. There will be more such platforms which are already in use and will be created in the near future. Technical proficiency, how you will develop the technical proficiency in this digital literacy platform is another thing has to be trained to the teachers. Now, there are certain restructuring which has to be done by the institutions. Restructuring in the fee structure. Maybe in the future, the government may come with an notification that the time for which there was no teaching and learning happened, you may not take fees from the student or charge only tuition fees from the students. So this will be again lead to economic, the funds which will go down in the institutions, and we have to think of innovative ways. Maybe you have to think of an IT charges or some other digital literacy charges which will come into action to restructure your fee structure in the future. There will be a future infrastructure planning which you have to do in your organizations or your institutions to co-op with such e-learning platforms. And sanitization and health budget will go high, because every student who is coming in physical contact with teachers or coming to an institute has to be sanitized, and your health budget for that matter has to be looked into. And entrance exams will be affected because of this. A lot of admission process are already affected. In admission process, again, you have to keep physical distancing, which will be one of the key element of admissions. You may have to take admissions in lots. You cannot call all the students together for examinations. So this is one thing we have to look after. Then we have to think of individual habits to be has to be developed for the students. And evaluation and assessment will go into sea change, because online classes have its own challenges, and evaluation and assessment of the online platform and SOPs for such platforms has to be created by by the institution, and in this lockdown period you have some time to think about how the evaluation and assessment will be done in the near future if such situation education. Internship needs to be redefined. Digitalization of courses and content has to be done. Distance learning mode is the key. So you can open and think of an opportunity of opening distance learning courses in your institutions. I had also mentioned that government has already given a green signal for introducing dual degree courses as announced by the UGC. So friends, this is the scenario of today. There are certain institutions or the people, if you see in this picture, that one person is trying to wake up the another person. And if you see the person who is sleeping, we can at least awake a person who is sleeping, but we cannot awake a person who is pretending to sleep. So this is the situation. If we are aware of the situation, let's get back, and tie your seat belt to get ahead with the future challenges which we are going to face due to this pandemic. So friends, the most important thing of my presentation today is what are the future skills which are needed for the teachers. Before this pandemic, there were two types of skills which we were working on for the teachers, or we were planning sessions or workshops or FTP program for the teachers in HRDC centers, were generic skills and technical skills. Now, generic skills were something where we used to work on their communication, leadership, listening skills, teaching skills, and the technical skills were the knowledge of the subject or techniques and strategies which they used for their subjects or practical skills implementation of that subject. But there are two more skills which will be in use from today onwards, will be digital and computational skills for the teachers, and innovative skills which a teacher has to develop in himself, because this skill cannot be taught but has to be practiced, and you can say you have to sharpen your saw to bring this innovation skills. So digital skill is somewhere you have to learn the softwares, computers, and technology which is enhancing these computational skills. So my dear teachers, success do not comes to those who do different things, but the success comes to those who do things differently. So this is one of the key message we can take home today. As I had told, there will be sea change in physical education and sports scenario, and this has already started. If you will see, this is the perfect example of an augmented reality scenario where these Olympians are training themselves with a screen in front of them, visualizing as if they are running on the road, as if they are running a real marathon. So this will help them prepare themselves for an actual marathon, which they are going to run in Japan, Tokyo in 2021. Now, coming back to what are the skills which will be acquired by the students in the near future? Because there are so many skills which will vanish from our dictionary. So students' skills have been highlighted by OCS Skill Tracker and Crimson Career Institution, and they had studied the 10 important skills which will be needed in the future for the students. And the first is verbal communication on an online platform. There has to be development of quality skills and analyzing data. There has to be, you will be given a lot of data on the Facebook and a lot of data on the computers, and you have to you have to develop a sense of analyzing this data, which is very important. You have to work on your language and technical skills, knowledge of software, working as a team member to be a part of team, create and edit written reports, ability to sell and influence people, digital marketing and research, read critically, collect and process information, processing of information, prioritizing work and plan, organizing things. These are certain things which will be required in the near future for the students. So if some of the students or PhD scholars who are listening to me, please try and work yourself on these skills, because these are the skills which are going to give you employability and make your employment ready in the near future. So friends, the COVID is not going to go anywhere. It will stay with us. Our near future will be something like this, which you can see on the screen, and everybody wearing mask, and they are content in themselves with this pandemic. People have to start living with this particular crisis. So coming to the conclusion, friends, Indian traditional knowledge is very important, and we had seen during this pandemic that world started looking at India for its traditional knowledge, which we had, used through our Ayurveda or through our yoga for building immunization. There are a lot of scientific innovations in India, and we are blessed with the values, and we are very good at developing sustainable technologies which we can be given to everybody. And sorry for interruption, there was a charging problem. So India is known for its jugaad, and India comes with everything with a cost efficiency. If you will see the PPE kit which India has prepared is very low cost and is been prepared in the low budget. And the medicine and pharmaceutical industry is the key in the near future. And a lot of people and institutions are going to jump into this particular sector, or opening medical colleges or biomedical technology, which will be in boom in the educational sector in the near future. The courses on Indian traditional knowledge system will also grow. Indian medicines, architecture, building a sustainable homes, sustainable energy resources, ethnobotany. I have to use this word ethnobotany, maybe sounds little rare, but ethnobotany is the knowledge of plants being used for medicines and for medical use. The important metallurgy industries and agriculture will be seen as one of the sector which will grow in the near future, and university education has to look into this particular sectors which will impact our humanity or human race in the near future. And the last takeaway or conclusion remark will be dual courses, online and regular one mode can be the students big opportunity in higher and until the vaccine is available. And we have to develop skills which will be helpful in getting employability. And because this is what the students are coming to your institution, they want employment and jobs. So if you prepare yourself with these skill set, I just conclude with the remark that it is the strongest of species that survives, not the intelligent ones. And it is one of the most adaptable to the change. So the people who can change and adapt to the situation are the one who are going to live longer. So the most important element for today's education sector is change thinking, adapt to the new situation, and this is the only key for our survival post pandemic. So giving you an example of a story of Kalari Takas, who was a shooter in Hungary, and you all may be aware of this shooter who had lost his one hand in one of the bomb blasts, and when he see his another hand and he adapt to the situation, and when he lost his right hand, he used his left hand and prepare himself and won the Olympic medals thereafter. So this is a perfect example of how he changed his thinking, he adapt to the situation, and how he win the situation and survive in certain situations. So with this, I will request you that what you need to stand out of the crowd, and for that you had already taken one step, and I believe that all of us together will, fight against this coronavirus with the innovative concepts and things which are going to come in the near future. With this, I hand over my entire platform to the organizers, and I would request the people, if they want to ask certain questions or queries, the discussion is open for that.
Thank you, sir, for your remark and for your keynote speech.
Thank you, sir.
Participant, you can raise your hands and you can ask the question.
Okay. Four participants have raised their hands. May I know who are they?
Naresh sir, Naresh sir, you can ask your question.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Ramesh.
Sir, your session was very informative. It was a very nice session, and so many things I have clarified in my mind about the future of education and physical education. One thing I would like to ask you, as our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji started an International Yoga Day on 21st of June, what do you think the yoga education's role in the international on the international platform post COVID-19 pandemic situation, sir?
Mr. Naresh, very nice question. And as you see, online platform is already flooded with the information with yoga as an what we can say is a one way of living life, and which is going to help the poorest of poor of Indian country or Indian men who can really keep themselves fit, or they can maintain their immune system. So yes, yoga is going to play a very important role in the near future. The world is adapting to this change. The world has accepted the power of yoga, and this will play a key role in the near future, no doubt. So if you are thinking of yoga as a very good platform for your young youth who are going to your institutions or coming to your institutions, you can plan out certain yogic classes for them so that they can at least maintain their immunity in the near future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Naresh sir, please mute yourself. Now, this is the last question participant. Samir Pawar sir, you can ask your question. Samir Pawar sir. Lieutenant Samir Pawar sir.
Good morning to all.
Continue,
Dr.
sir.
Fulkar sir, you are the lighthouse in the field of physical education and sports. We do respect you. I heard this is my third time I am listening your lecture. You are gem of this field. What I want to ask you, have you suggest looking at the number of students, have you suggest any of the physical activity which will keep our students fit or increase their immunity, please?
Sure, sir. Sir, I had taken one webinar on physical activity for University of Pune, and I had mentioned the detailed scenario of physical activity which has to be carried out by each individual. So coming to these things, though this was limited to the education sector, I'll talk, since I am from this particular field, this will be a more interesting one to discuss. So if we suggest certain physical activities, I told you the yoga is a activity which will be catering to all age groups at all levels and bring the students at similar platform. But if I talk about the physical activity which has to be mentioned for the students, there has to be 150 hours of physical activity which people should engage in which at least two sessions of physical activity with vigorous intensity activity may be suggested for the students or youth for that matter. I hope this answers your question, sir.
Fulkar sir, 1 second. What I want to ask, you are suggesting yoga activity. Will it be rigorous and will it be satisfy the physical demands of youth at the age of 18 to 25?
Yes, I am telling you that we cannot confine youth to one activity, because youth loves to do many activities. Only the physical activity means, it doesn't mean that you have to engage in one type of activity, but physical activity is something where you can there is a more calorie burns or energy expenditure which can take place in any activity. So we have to give them a guidelines at least, so that we can tell them that you have to engage yourself in any activity which can burn your calories to a substantial level.
Exert yourself. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for this question answer session.
Okay.
Participants,
Dr. Jain.
many dignified participant also joined with us. I request acting principal Dr. Bharat Chalse,
Thanks all
sir.
the participants and organizers for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I request acting principal Dr. Bharat Chalse, sir, to do the vote of thanks role for this first technical session. You are unmuted now.
थैंक यू सर. मैं आप सभी को इस वेबिनार के उपलक्ष्य में आपके सामने प्रस्तुत हुआ हूँ. मैं प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर भारत चालसे, प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर फलकर सर का आभार प्रदर्शन के लिए यहाँ पर आपके सामने हाजिर हुआ हूँ. फलकर सर, एक अपना बहुत बड़ा बायोडाटा है आपका. आज आपने जो कोविड-19 के साथ उसका बैकग्राउंड क्या रहेगा, शिक्षा क्षेत्र पर कोविड का क्या प्रभाव रहेगा, साथ ही सभी शिक्षण संस्थाओं के लिए ये एक चैलेंज किस तरीके से है, इसमें किस तरीके से उनको अपने आप को अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा और किस तरह इस विपदा से हम लोगों को बाहर आना है, साथ ही साथ भविष्य में किस तरीके से शिक्षकों को और विद्यार्थियों को इन सभी चीज़ों के लिए हमको किस तरीके से ऑनलाइन एग्जाम के लिए और इस ऑनलाइन ऐप के लिए किस तरीके से तैयार रहना पड़ेगा. मैं एसपीडीएम महाविद्यालय की ओर से तथा सभी सहभागियों की ओर से मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूं. धन्यवाद. थैंक यू. बक्कर सर, आवाज येतोय का? बक्कर सर, हेलो.
हेलो.
हाँ बक्कर सर, हेलो.
Dr. Pradeep Lenka here.
Yeah. Dr. Pradeep Lanka, sir.
Yes.
I request you to give the introduction of our next keynote speaker, Dr. Pal, sir.
Thank you. Okay. I am Dr. Pradeep Kumar Lenka, Assistant Professor, Professor Vivisa Institute of Management and R.V. Patel College of Commerce, Amroli, Surat. I have represented IBC India as an international referee judge as well as working with IABF as an NTO. But it is the time to introduce the gem of Indian boxing fraternity, Mr. S.K. Pal. Encyclopedia of boxing, Mr. S.K. Pal, a great human being, a great coach, India's diamond of boxing and a real hero of every boxer. A person who never compromised with hard work. He was head coach of Team India in World Series Boxing, chairman of Boxing Coaches Commission of India, director training New Generation Interstate Boxing Academy, and as a coach with Indian boxing team from 1989 to 2014, 25 years of experience. Conducted NIS boxing certification course for army person at ASPT Pune 2003 and 2004. To his credit, IOC boxing coaching courses, boxing basic courses in 1993, planning and periodization in 1998, advanced courses in 2000. As well as to his credit, he has produced more than 25 international medalist boxers, more than 35 national champions, and more than 100 state champions under his belt. Nothing to say, Mr. S.K. Pal is a great coach and a great friend to all boxers. I hope today's his speech will be inspire all the boxers and all the sports person in this webinar. Thank you one and all. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pradeep, sir. You can mute yourself.
Good morning. Namaskar. Can you hear me, everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir. Continue, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You can hear.
अच्छा, okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you very much. सबसे पहले मैं SPDM कॉलेज किसान विद्या प्रसारक संस्था सिरपुर धुले के संस्थापक और माननीय कर्मवीर वेंकटराव तानाजी रणधीर जो फ्रीडम फाइटर थे, प्रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर तुषार जी रंदे एंड कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर दिनेश जी भाकड़, सभी मित्र और स्पेशली लिम्बा जी पठाले, डायरेक्टर फिजिकल एजुकेशन। आज का टॉपिक एक्चुअली इट्स अ वेरी समथिंग एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी टॉपिक बिकॉज this is after COVID-19, what will be the situation and how will be we will be able to manage with a lot of activities, education, physical education, and complete to sports training, extra. मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि कितनी भी भारी भारी मुसीबतें आई हैं, हम पहले इतिहास में भी जाना बहुत जरूरी है। तो और बहुत पहली कहावत है कि आवश्यकता ही आवश्यक होती है। हमें जैसी समस्याएं हमारे सामने आती हैं, मानो ये आदत रही है कि उन समस्याओं से उभरने के लिए हमेशा कोशिश मान रहे, उनसे उभरने के लिए हमेशा प्रयत्नशील रहता है। दूसरे परिवेश में मैं एक और बोलना चाहता हूं कि आज के युग में हम बोलते हैं शिक्षा दीक्षा। शिक्षा तो है, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ बुकिश नॉलेज, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इंटरनेट नॉलेज, but diksha means educates minors. This is somewhere it is missing. We are talking about in this period social distancing and maintaining the law and order. We have to abide by the decision, law and orders. But I feel, because sometimes I used to go bank, I see the people how they are hurry, they want to rush on each other. Even I struggled with the people. I shouted on the people. You people do not know how to maintain the distance. When this pandemic period is going on, we have to maintain the distance to make not ourselves healthy, but our surroundings, our society, our city, our country. So Shiksha and Diksha, both should go together. Nowadays, people are like, we have seen that one incident, of course, away from the topic I'm talking, but I felt so, I want to share everyone. One train started from the Mumbai to the Bengal side, and a lot of social distancing and sanitization and thermal screening were done. And then people were boarded in the train. But the train, when it passed some part of the Mumbai and gone forward, somebody pulled the chain and people were waiting, hiding in the bushes and some areas, and immediately they rushed to the train, so everything is failed. So there are certain group of people, I don't know, knowingly, unknowingly, they are working to fail the government. Being a good citizen of India, we should follow and we should abide by the decision. We should be law-abiding people. That is the first, and our parents, our teachers, they should teach us these things also. Initially, I have seen old people in the village, they will give us very good diksha, means education, not bookish. How to live in the society, what to be done, what to be not to done, do and don'ts. I have seen, but I have seen only in Maharashtra in the summer vacation. I have seen. Really, I am very lucky to be in Maharashtra for 10 years in Pune. During summer vacations, of course, coaching classes, sports coaching classes also will start. But there were Maharashtra Mandal. I was invited. I went there 4 or 5 times. The children's parents leave the children morning and they took back in the evening. Children were taught how to live in the society. You are Indian citizen. So how to behave, what should be your behavior with others? What should be your response to others? So these things really, I love that. Now I come to the topic. Again, we have to go to history. History teaches us very big lessons. So this type of, now it is going on COVID-19. Likewise, when Spanish flu during 1918 started, and it went 1922 years, more than 2 years. and crores people were infected, and crores people died. That time also 1920 Olympic Games were about to held. So many countries, they refused. A lot of discussions were there, but later on that it was conducted. The stadium was not ready. It was Antwerp, Belgium, and it was conducted, and nearly 2,626 male and 65 female candidates participated in that. And one person was there. He created. He won the 9 medals in the field events. His name was Pau Nurmi of Finland. So, of course, they means that time also. Of course, it was a 2 years period, because that flu started in 1918 and Olympics were conducted in 1920. And so many countries, they refused. They didn't go. Russia also refused. And of course, World War also they faced after that. So that was a period of Spanish flu as well as World War. After that, you know what, slowly everything. One, nature is spoiled the things, means nature is destroyer and nature is a creator also. Okay, I want to go one more thing. The 25 December when सोलर इक्लिप्स होता है, सूर्य ग्रहण था, तो उस समय मैं बहुत सारे एस्ट्रोनॉट, साइंटिस्ट एंड एस्ट्रोनॉमी जो अपने पंडित जी होते हैं, जो पंचांग देखते हैं, शास्त्र वेद शास्त्र के हिसाब से, रियली आई सरप्राइज. आई रिमेम्बर बिफोर 3-4 days बिफोर द सोलर इक्लिप्स, सूर्य ग्रहण के 3-4 दिन पहले वो टीवी पे डिबेट था, जिसमें वो पंडित जी बोल रहे थे इलाहाबाद के. Shastri ji from Allahabad, he told that 6 planets are in one line. It's the same situation in 1918 it came, and the whole world was in trouble. The same type of situation coming. So there may be some Mahamari, means pandemic, or some world war. So we can see now situation, our complete northern and eastern LAC with the China is always tense, and of course that Pakistan is already, you know that all the times they are there. So they say that when दरवाजे पे दुश्मन आ गया है और तब अगर हम तलवार बनाना शुरू करते हैं तो we will be losers. So we have to think for future also. So here I wanted to say that how, whether our Vedic calculation was really has some effect. Sometimes we should bound to think, and of course I used to think very deeply, that how Pandit ji, Shastri ji, he calculated and told, and this is happening today. And all the scientists, astronaut scientists, they used to laugh. No, this is just one movement due to stars. Okay, and that comes when this all moon, sun, and earth come in a line. That happens. But he told no, the effect will be very, very bad. It will go years together. So we should be ready. It may be, I'm not means not negative, but I'm telling it may be like last time it was more than 2 years. This time also, as our first speaker, sir, he told that we have to create a habit to live with that. So here I wanted to say this. After that, now as per the topic, education, physical education, training is sports training, and competitive sports. So I would like to express my views. Yesterday I talked to some of our students, means Indian boxers who have been qualified for Olympics, and I don't know if it's true or false, but their coaches, somebody told that 2 or 3 they are not willing to join in the camp. And then Mary Kom coach, Mr. Chotelal, he told Mary Kom is ready, but she told no, she wants complete individualized training, no group. And of course, as per coach, after seeing the situation, yes, individualized training is needed this time. We cannot start the group training. Even circuit training and all, only individual. We can make the stations. Circuit training means we will put the 8 stations or 10 stations, and every station 1 minute or 30 seconds, 3 sets, and then station change. So on the 10 station, we can change more than 40. We can train more than 40 students together. For players at one station. There's a circuit training where suppose rainy season or other weather conditions a problem, we cannot go outside. That time inside the gymnasium, gym, hall, we can train our players. Okay, but even though that some game can be done where there is no combat, man-to-man combat games only are very, we have to take care of that. So because like a boxing, judo, wrestling, taekwondo, even football, hockey, basketball, volleyball, I don't think it is a possibility. Because if we want to maintain the social distancing, then these games training should be done, or individual training, fitness training can be done. Other players, they can do training in their premises, somewhat fitness. But competitive training is really, playing matches and all, really it will be tough. It will be a question whether it cannot spread further or how it can be controlled. So, but like the tennis, lawn tennis single, badminton single, table tennis single, like these type of archery, shooting, okay, these type of game, even fencing also, because fencing they are well protected and fencing can be done. Then equestrian, horse riding, that also can be done, and then canoeing, kayaking, that also can be done, because in that social distance will be there. But single event, because once as that advised by medical department, the social distancing is a must. So as per me, if the social distancing is maintained, it can, in sports, it can be maintained like that. And of course, in education, the pedagogical principles, a lot of techniques and methods are to teach the students. So one is online, or initially the gentleman that he told that digital teaching. Yes, this can be done, and examination also can be conducted. But when we are meeting each other, like a classrooms, it will be very tough. It may take some time. But when COVID is finished, so class comes, the COVID finished, then what we will do? COVID finished, then everything finished, again we can meet together again, because it's not like that scientists are not sitting quiet. Okay, and this is a nature, tough time has come by nature, and nature automatically will heal slowly by slowly to slowly. So nothing to worry in that, because if we worry, we will lose our temper and we cannot take any decision. We have to be very cool always. We should think, and we should come out from the situation, and we have to see how to come out from that. Okay, so this was my then another thing. Now I will tell for training how the individual training will be done. First, we have to start with the cardiovascular system, like that is running, the running area, maybe athletic track. Then time should be divided only. I am telling that now it should be open to only the boys and girls players who have been qualified for Olympics. And their time schedule should be very strict. Time should be given in one time, not more than 4 or 5 players in the track or in the multi-gymnasium hall, and they should not use the operators, each other operators. Distance should be maintained. Main thing is a distance should be maintained. So cardiovascular system, because so many days, so many people, they are sitting, no training. So endurance capacity will go down. So first we have to develop the endurance capacity. That is the more important. Then lot of exercise we can do in the house to maintain our cardiovascular strength. Endurance capacity to be developed, like skipping rope, plyometric jumps. We can put the box or steps, so we can jump continuously. Then rope we can put in our house, rope climbing, and then we can say that some hammering the things, or doing some work like lifting. Lifting is not only that we go there and we can make so many arrangements, so many alternates are there, like lobs or hammers. We can do with that also. Then high knee action running at the spot, jumps, burpees, push-ups, sit-ups, a lot of exercise. And yoga, of course. And when we are doing yoga is very good. We can say like that, isometric exercises or yoga. When we go for a speed workout, that time it is that become isokinetic, isotonic. When we do with the slow and with the strengthened isokinetic. So these things we can adopt in our house itself. Need not to go to stadium. Then punching bag, not only for boxer, boxing punching bag. So very good to increase your pulse up to 100, 180 or 200 even. If you want to give your exercise to your heart, means we have to increase our pulse. So we have to go on the punching bag. Punching bag is the best exercise. There's some throws where some open area will be there. There we can do some throws, like if we have the short put or medicine balls. So this is a very good to develop your strength. Then explosive strength. Lot of jumps, continue jumps, 50 jumps. Then of course yoga exercises are there. Then stretching and relaxation with the yoga techniques, pranayam, that will develop the immune as well as your fitness. But of course, acquired muscular strength endurance will be only developed when you are going to do your particular sports event. So this is we can now allow only that Olympia. Now 10th June onwards, the coaching camp is going on Patiala in some games. So how they are going to manage? But as per me, it should be managed. The times will be divided. Okay, this A, B, C, D, E, F will morning 6 to 7, then 7 to 8, then 8 to 9. After the breakfast, and then take rest. Second batch, third batch. Batch wise they have to maintain. Then like in boxing, maximum I say that partner training is not possible at all. Combat actions like sparring, fight and all, not at all possible. So other exercise can be done. One coach to show the pad and all, because the pad also almost like partner training. Whatever movements want to develop, they can be developed very nicely, technically, tactically on the punching pad. Then strength endurance means explosive punch power, muscle endurance also can be developed on the punching pad. The punching pad, punching bag, both are very good operators to develop the strength endurance as well as explosive strength and tactical also. So these can be developed. Then later on, now I will, of course, I would like to add something for food also. Okay, so some people advise that if they wear the mask and do the training, please. We cannot do, and we should not do, because when we do active sports, amount of oxygen intake is a must. We must take maximum oxygen. So mouth and nose both should be open. Of course, old notion is only with the nose we should breathe, and mouth, of course, yoga pranayam, it's okay. But when mouth is also open, more and more amount of air goes inside, and then you get energy with the air. Air travel with your blood, and then every tissue and fiber will get, it will be oxygenated. But how the air will travel through the blood? If the blood has the good hemoglobin. So our diet, I'm not nutritionist, but I would like to add something. So iron content in our food should be preferably more side. We have to give more attention to the iron stuffed food like bhaji pala. Maharashtra, I've seen the plenty of, even Sikkim, I've seen colorful, so many variety of color leaves. That is a very good. Then, of course, juices, oranges. Suppose oranges are very costly. The lemon we can take. Lemon we take with the hot honey, means hot water, lukewarm water, honey and lemon. So that is, we can say that we can maintain our vitamin C. Then, of course, a lot of minerals in that, potassium, magnesium, zinc. Zinc means the gum, tree gum we get. Then some fruits like fig को अंजीर बोलते हैं, महाराष्ट्र में अंजीर बोलते हैं. It's a very good, wonderful medicine. Then वो खजूर होता है ना, खजूर ताड़ का, that dates, English is dates, that we can take. गुआवा means अमरूद बोलते हैं हिंदी में, महाराष्ट्र में मैं भूल गया हूँ अभी. वो हम खा सकते हैं अगर एप्पल नहीं खाएंगे. चीप एंड बेस्ट, तो हम वो चीज ले लें. तमिलनाडु में उसको सपोटा बोलते हैं, वहां पर चीकू बोलते हैं. That fruit is also very good, rich in fiber, rich in calcium, potassium. Ananas, pineapple, rich in potassium. They are very cheap. So these type food, of course, सब अभी ज्यादा पैसा है तो फिर बादाम, ऑफ कोर्स बादाम बिकॉज ओमेगा फैटी एसिड 3 ग्रुप में आते हैं और ये बहुत इट्स वेरी गुड, लाइक बादाम हो गया, पिस्ता हो गया, देन अंजीर हो गया, देन ये अखरोट होता है, ओके, वॉलनट, दिस टाइप फ्रूट्स थोड़ा थोड़ा. देन अभी नाउ डेज वी हैव फुल्ली फॉरगेट द ओल्ड सिस्टम ऑफ ईटिंग फूड्स. चाबिश जो हम चबा चबा के वो चबेना वगैरह खाते थे ना, वो खत्म हो गया है लगभग. दैट वी शुड डेवलप बिकॉज विल डेवलप अवर स्लाइवा एंड डेवलप द jaw muscles, develop the neck muscles, because we have to struggle the chew the things, and then we'll strengthen the muscles also, as well as saliva procedure also will be developed. Now comes to the water. Water is not easy thing. Don't think it's a very small thing. If you feel thirsty, अगर प्यास लग गई इसका मतलब आप डिहाइड्रेटेड हो गए हैं. पानी इस हिसाब से आप पीते रहें कि आपको प्यास न लगे कभी भी. अगर ज्यादा यूरिनेशन वगैरह होता है, जब आप वर्कआउट करोगे तो पेशाब करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. If you are doing proper work and good work, no need to go again. Urine will not, you won't feel to go urine. But sometimes winter season and all, if you take more water, then again you go to urine. No problem. Because water has the wonderful effect on your body. You'll never get muscle pull. You'll never get injury. You'll be always fresh. Your skin will be always blooming skin. No dry skin. You'll never feel tired. Once you are thirsty, you are dehydrated, you cannot perform well. So whatever COVID or after COVID, but never forget these things. Another things I would like to add. Food. In one meal, don't eat bunch food. Beyond the capacity people are eating, there is no place to drink water. पानी पीने की जगह नहीं, इतना खाना खा जाते हैं. नहीं. अभी थोड़ा मैं अलग हट कर दूं. हम जो हमारा मिलिट्री या बेल्ट सर्विसेज में है, वो बंदे क्यों फिट रहते हैं? उनको बहुत ज्यादा एक्सरसाइज करने की जरूरत नहीं, मतलब अलाउ नहीं होता है. उनका एक लिमिट, हर चीज का लिमिटेड टाइम है. एक्सरसाइज का लिमिटेड टाइम है. हाँ, जो स्पोर्ट्स वाले बंदे उनको एक्स्ट्रा टाइम दिया जाता है. दे आर गिवन एक्स्ट्रा टाइम टू डू देयर स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटीज. बट इन जनरल एवरीबडी इज इन लिमिटेड टाइम्स. मॉर्निंग असेंबली दिस मच टाइम, फिजिकल एक्टिविटी दिस मच टाइम, breakfast time 7:30 to 8 o'clock. After 8 o'clock only officer mess are all up to 8:30 maybe, but 7:30 to 8 o'clock breakfast everyone. After that nobody can get breakfast. So everybody dine breakfast in time. Same lunch 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock or 12:30 to 2 o'clock. Same evening session. Everybody have to go PT parade, means they have to play some activities. After that some workout, and then session end, break off hota hai. After that again 7 to 8 o'clock dinner. So their time, eating time is very very particular. Accordingly they are going, so that's why fit and healthy. So this is not only yoga, not only physical exercise, but eating habits and eating timing. We have to be very much punctual in eating. Delayed food is delayed means you are in trouble. Food should never be and never overeating. You 3 meals you can divide in the 5 to 6 meals, no problem. Small quantity. So unwanted fat will, because whatever you're eating, your body is consuming and utilizing that. But once you're eating too much food, then your body is carrying that weight, and it will be converted in the fat. Like say protein. Everybody is telling protein. Protein, of course, as everybody is a qualified here, everybody knows. But if suppose some children are listening, they must also know. We need a fit body, not fatty body. Fit body. Suppose I am 50 kilo man. I need only 100 gram protein per day. अब what happens? होता क्या है, संडे को 1 किलो मटन आ गया, तो लड़के को, बड़े वाले लड़के को आधा किलो ऐसे ही खिला दिया उसको. तो उसका अगर वजन 60 किलोग्राम है तो उसको 120 ग्राम चाहिए. बाकी तो 350 ग्राम वो तो पुटान होगा ही होगा. उस तरीके से नहीं है. देन उसको हमने डिवाइड करना है, वेज प्रोटीन एज वेल एज एनिमल प्रोटीन. वेज प्रोटीन में आप जानते हो बहुत सारी दालें हैं, लेगुमेंट्स हैं, बीन्स हैं और मशरूम्स हैं. इनमें प्रोटीन बड़ी मात्रा में पाया जाता है. थोड़ा ज्यादा खाने की जरूरत पड़ती है, बस इतना है. और नॉनवेज के साथ अगर ले तो थोड़ा थोड़ा सारा ले लो. तो मैं बोलने का मतलब ये है कि हमने अपने मील्स को 3 से लेके 5 टाइम तक भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन थोड़ा थोड़ा करते हैं. तो उससे क्या होगा कि पुटान जैसा महसूस नहीं होगा. प्लस इसके बाद में जब हम आगे फ्यूचर में कोविड जो चल रहा है उससे लड़ने के लिए तो भारत सरकार भी बहुत तरीके कर रहे हैं, वो साइंटिस्ट इस पे लगे हुए हैं, सारे लोग लगे हुए हैं, हमने सिर्फ पालन करना है. We must follow the whatever decision taken by government and whatever guidelines are issued to us, strictly we should follow. We should love our society, not our family. We should love our society. We should love our state. We should love our city and nation. That is our moral responsibility. So abide by the decisions. Whatever the government we have to follow, because they are thinker. Like in your college, like any olden time to this much time, thinkers, बिचारक जो सोचते हैं, हर आदमी के बस की बात नहीं है. Everyone cannot think how to come out from the situations. So समाज में शिक्षक होते हैं, शिक्षण होता है, विचारक होते हैं, विचार विमर्श से कुछ नई चीज निकालते हैं, परामर्श देते हैं. तो we have to follow that. This is our prime duty nowadays. I'm very sorry to say, nowadays we are lacking in that. Youth, they are living in some other world. See, openly I'm telling, I'm in the internet and this because I don't know what type of man. I do not like machines. Of course, I'm using machines in the house, but I do not like this. Also, this program is running due to my daughter. Otherwise, I know only to send message through WhatsApp. That's all. और वो पहले जो SMS होता था, because I don't know, I love field, craft, nature, like rivers, mountains, like that. It is my nature, maybe my weak point. I cannot cope with the new advanced and modern world, but of course one has to be this side also, but we should not forget our old Vedic culture. Why the people now Sandhya, Pujan, Bandhan, everything finished. This all related with our developed hygienic condition in our house. One my friend just now, he told that a lot of mosquitoes were there, and when we started this thing, and all he has done. After that, no mosquitoes, no lizard, nothing in the house. So it means the old things we should get related with our old things also. Now, how yoga when 1965, Molubita, this screen is gone, I think. Well, 1965, when I was in the 5th standard, that time yoga and all, I saw that teachers were coming teaching us, and you learn, we all learned during this 1965 onwards. And we were doing also, competition was also used to be held, and we participated in that. But in house, I used to do a lot of agriculture work also, because up to 8th standard I studied in the village area. There was no English, nothing. And wrestling, Dand Baitak, okay, squats and push-ups were compulsory for every child. And all children with the high enthusiasm and interest, they will go to akhadas. Our akhada was full of the children morning and evening. That was under kabaddi, playing, or of course wrestling and running in the forest, and then of course helping our parents to doing some agriculture job also. Okay, doing some muscular act of lifting the weights, means like agriculture work. We have to lift so many things. Then fooder cutting for the animals. गाय और भैंस के लिए चारा काटते मशीन 2-3 घंटे. तो वो फिटनेस और प्लस जो योगा है, योगा that is a very good coordination with the muscular and cardiovascular system. And all our 5 systems, 5 to 6 systems, all are fine. We will never get sick. Immune system, I know that there are so many people that no bucket, nothing. I saw when I was child, in the summer when they go forest, then they will put their towel with the rope, they take water and they drink with that. Nothing, nobody gets sick now. Why? The immune system was very strong. Nature is there, human to human, nature is changed. Somebody will be very weak, somebody will be very strong, of course. But even though, we have to maintain our daily routine work properly, this itself will develop your immune system strong. And of course, pranayam. Now we have how many people nowadays are petting dogs, and nowadays the Discovery Channel, Forest channels, we are seeing that they say शेर कभी घास नहीं खाता है. ठीक है? But I have seen, because I have seen my dog also. After eating, if suppose give non-veg and all, if he overeated or something, he will he will prefer the grass to eat. He'll try to eat grass, and after that he will vomit. So woman kriya, naitik kriya, idhar se dalna, idhar se nikalna. Then woman kriya, they will drink some hot water, plenty of hot water. After that, they will put finger or something, some other things they will drink, small one, and they vomit weekly once. Why? To make yourself fit. So these things were nowadays fully finished. Initially, people were doing. Not necessarily that only old people will do. I have seen that initially maximum people were doing. Nowadays, these things fully finished. I didn't say pranayam. Of course, now Baba Ramdev started, but I wanted to say yoga was before itself. It was very compulsory national level. Then there are so many social camps, this and that district wise. So our yoga competition was also there. Surya Namaskar was the main competition. So these things also we have to, of course, pranayam 100% has, because this carries the oxygen to each and every tissues and fiber. So develop this. I request whatever maybe any infection comes or any संक्रमण सोसाइटी में, समाज में आता, देश में आता है, उससे ज्यादा घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन जो गवर्नमेंट या जो वैज्ञानिक हमारे साइंटिस्ट डिसाइड करते हैं, निर्णय लेते हैं, क्योंकि वो लोग विचारक हैं, वो लोग निर्धारक हैं, हमने उनका अनुपालन करना बहुत जरूरी है. ये हमारी ड्यूटी बनती है. ठीक है, इसी के साथ मैं सोचता हूँ इतना बहुत है. और कुछ तो आप पूछना चाहते हैं तो पूछिए. मैं ट्रेनिंग के बारे में थोड़ा बता दिया, क्योंकि ये चीजें ऐसी हैं, बाद में तो ट्रेनिंग अपने आप शुरू हो जाएगी. ये सारी पूरा फुल फ्लेम में आ जाएगी जब ये कंप्लीट खत्म हो जाएगा. उसके बाद कोई चिंता परेशानी की जरूरत नहीं है. ये बात जरूर है कि जो स्पोर्ट्स इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, उनके जो टेक्निकल जो सामान बनाने में उन्होंने टेक्नीशियंस हैं प्लस लेबर वर्क हैं, वो थोड़ा सा उनका टाइम वक्त जरूर बुरा चल रहा है. और ऑफकोर्स उससे इसी तरीके से हर चीज में सभी जगह बंद है, सब है, लेकिन अच्छा टाइम आएगा. हमने पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग रखना है. और इसी के साथ मैं आप सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ. हमें अपने इस बहुत बड़े वीडियो सेमिनार में आने का मौका दिया है. इसके लिए मैं आपका सभी का आभारी हूँ. दिल से आपको धन्यवाद. अभी इसके बारे में जो मैं कुछ प्रश्न वगैरह करना है तो आप कर सकते हैं. यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम फॉर क्वेश्चन.
Participant, you can ask, raise your hand and ask the question. Just one or two question we can accommodate at this time, because we have one more eminent speaker with us. Professor Syed sir, you are unmuted now. Professor Syed sir, yeah, you can ask.
sir, hello.
हाँ पूछिए सर.
हाँ सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपका जो है वो प्रोग्राम मैंने जो है सुना, बड़ा अच्छा लगा. और ये जो है कोविड के दरमियान में जो है
सैयद सर, कुछ टेक्निकल इश्यू है आपके आवाज में, वहां पर ऑडियो में, तो हम यहीं पर ब्रेक करेंगे. ओके. Now I request Professor Arvind Kamble sir to do the role of vote of thanks for this